Welcome to the channel, Pain of the Patoot here with another Tarkov video. This video is to do with the upcoming August 2024 wipe. So there is, if you're not aware, can't remember or think of anybody who wouldn't be aware of it, but anyways, if you're not aware, in August 2024, there's going to be another wipe. What's a wipe? When Battlestart adds something big to the game, they will reset everybody's account because they want you to play it, play the new areas, play the new tasks, or whatever. So in August, probably mid-August, you'll fire up your launcher for Tarkov, and you will see that there is um, a new load, and it'll be a big load. So um, you'll see here that there's a big load. Right now we're at 14.9, so it'll probably be 15 something for the next wipe. I don't really think there's any at this point. There's any patch notes for what it's going to be. They have talked in some of um, their content about what's coming. There's some new guns, some new changes to how things work. They're reworking the factory map. A little bit of an expansion, but mainly just cleaning it up so it looks a lot better. And that's about it. But they'll put it out in their Twitter account when they're ready to wipe what's coming in the wipe. So the wipe's coming. They reset your account. What do you have to do? Well, in theory, you don't have to do anything. Like I said, you log in and there'll be an update here, and it'll be 15 something, and you just click on it, and it will update your game. So at that point, you'll have to launch the game, go through the process where you put in your character name, you pick what your character is going to look like, and then you choose either USEC or Bear. Now, why would you choose either one? There's one small advantage on Lighthouse map in being a USEC, in that the rogues have a bigger window that they don't attack you in. USEC, there's some canned talk verbalizations that you can get. They'll be in English for USEC. They're in Russian if you choose to Bear. USEC players at the start, when they're given their initial loadout, it's all US equipment. It's M4s, it's Remington shotguns, it's Berettas. The armor and helmets are all those blueberries, as I call them, the USEC helmet. So everything is NATO/US related. If you pick a Bear, then everything's AK related. So you get some AKs and bullets for the AKs. You get the shotguns that are like the Sega. You get the Kidder and submachine gun. You get the Russian pistols. So that's really the only big difference for it. And once you chose that, then you'll be able to play the game. It'll take a while to get in. So the first thing you should always do is that you should go in and look and see if there's any tasks available to you. So I don't know for sure. They often may change the tasks. So I don't know what tasks are going to be available at the start of this game. I can only tell you previously what the first tasks were. The first tasks were for Prepor, you had to get 5 kills of scavs. Used to be only on customs, now it's on any map. So you have to start by playing ground zero, so you might as well go get some scav kills on ground zero. and you have to get 2 MP133 shotguns. Those you can actually buy from Jaeger once you opened him. Initially, um, he won't be available to you until you complete a mission for mechanic. But he sells those shotguns, and one of the things that they're changing is there used to be limits on how many of items in to the traders could be sold. So started to wipe all those 133 shotguns, got sold out in seconds, and you could never buy them until people were done with that quest and they started appearing on the flea market. Now there's no limit, so you should be able to get those shotguns. So potentially this task may go away or get altered quite a bit. But if you can't get them, they're available from scavs. You might, if you're doing scav raids, you might actually spawn in with one of these shotguns, or you can just kill the scavs. I know you're not supposed to kill the scavs because it's bad for scav karma, but truly, if you need the shotguns, it's not going to kill your scav karma that much to go um, kill a scav and take his shotgun. But you can tell once you start the game, you'll tell if there's open tasks by the little green check mark. So you can just go here and then tasks, and you can see these ones have to be accepted. So check out all the traders and accept any that have tasks to start off. Jaeger is locked. You have to do a quest for mechanic, which is going to woods and retrieving a letter near a little tree house near the crash plane. You've probably done that before if you've played Tarkov. The other thing is you will probably have open to you is for therapist. She wants a number of Salawas, which are a medical kit. Do I have one? Yeah, this medical kit here is the one she wants, so you have to collect them. They're all over the place. They're more likely to spawn in medical areas, so Woods has that. Fenced-in medical area. They're quite common there. In the USEC camp out near the top of the map, there's a medical area. You can find them there. The admin building on Shoreline, the bottom 2 floors in the admin building, the east and west wing have medical stuff. You can find them there. But you can find them almost anywhere in the game if you keep playing Scav. The Scav raids, you can often spawn with one already on you. It'll be severely depleted, but it still works to hand in because they must be found in raid. You know something's been found in raid if it's got this little white check mark. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to accept all the tasks and get going because you can't mod your gun like using the modding menu until you hit level 10. So you need to get your character up to level 10. You can't access the flea market to buy things until you're level 15. So you need to get your character up to level 15. Your hideout, you can start building the hideout too. There's one that you'll be given enough money to start the game. I think it's the vents that you can immediately level up to level 1 by completing it. Sorry, I'm just going to grab this thing. And I'm going to grab another couple of bags. Here. Yep, one. Not enough space. Okay. But you can start working on your task to level up your character. Sorry, I just want to grab 2 of these here and get. Oh, not enough space. Piss off. Why is there not enough space? That should be enough space. Bottle of water. 1, 2, 3. Confirm. Alright, so then go to hideout. Go here. And I want to get another one of these claws. Alright. So, yeah, that's that's typically how you start the game. Just go and start playing. Um, the other things that you can do right now, I will just pull this up. Or the other thing, I'll just tell you what I do typically. So I start collecting the things that you're going to need to collect for the game. So you have to be on watch or on the lookout for these things. So right now you should try to be uh, making a list and checking it twice because Santa's going to find if you're naughty or nice. But um, no, you need to start making a list of the things you want to keep because you're going to very quickly fill out your inventory and you'll have to sell stuff. So you don't want to be selling the wrong stuff. You want to be keeping certain things. So here I went to escape from basically I searched on Tarkov wiki. It's escape from Tarkov fandom.com wiki quests. So I've gone here and searched for quests and this gives you this is the debut. This is the Prepor one. Eliminate 5 scavs all over the territory, and these are the 2 shotguns that I talked about. And if you click on them, I'll get a picture of what those shotguns look like. There they are. But anyways, let's go back. So this actually gives you a quick listing of the tasks that you're going to have. So it'll tell you in a lot of cases what you need for these, but there's also here something that I find handy. Where is it? Or did I just go by it? Yeah, so image here. So this is a nice little map. It'd be helpful to like do a snip. So SNIP using the Windows snipping tool. I'm just going to do this and come over here and go yink. And then I'm going to save it to my PC. There, I just saved it. But anyways, go to the wiki and print this out or capture the image or write the things down. But this is each trader and the items you're going to have to collect for these traders. The area marked in green are things that have to be found in raid or crafted in the hideout, or you get them as gifts from traders for completing missions. But here's a quick list of all the materials that you need to collect in order to do the task. Now, this will have to be updated. This chart will have to be updated for the next version because this is only good for this version. And if they change a bunch of the tasks, this may no longer work. But it helps you, like for therapists, there's the Sulliwas I talked about there. You need 3 of those. You need gas analyzers 3. You need morphine 4s. You need 15 cans of Tashanka. So you just every time you pick them up, try to keep them. You need 4 car batteries. You need 8 spark plugs, 4 of these oscilloscopes, 3 of the LEDXs, and going through here. So each one of these tasks, each one of these merchants have a list of stuff you need. And then the stuff in gray is you can buy them off the flea once you have access to the flea market. So this is a very important document to collect and have at the ready because you'll desperately want it at one point because you'll get to the point where your stash is totally stuffed and you're going to have to sell stuff and you won't know what to sell. So this will tell you what you need to sell or what you can sell is maybe the better term about it. So I collect this and that helps me for going forward from a wipe. And then the next thing I'm going to do is ballistics. So what am I doing with ballistics? Well, ballistics, it's a nice page and it talks about armor penetration, whatever. So if you're confused about how the armor works, because there will be changes in the next path or patch, you can come here and see explanation of it. But what I'm really here for is this. So what you're going to find early on after a wipe, and this goes even now late in a wipe, you'll do better in this game with killing players and scavs the better your ammunition is. I don't know how else to say that. It's one of the things you can, if you're the got the dog shittest weapon out there and you run up against the highest level Chad with the best armor and whatever, if you got enough good ammunition and you want to get ammunition that has good pen, um, you can take anybody down in the game if you can get enough bullets on them before they get more bullets on you. So I like to come and, you could capture this or just write them down. But what I'm looking for is to identify um, each ammunition type and what's the best. So here for this particular 7.62 by 25, it's TT rounds, and the 18, it's not really good. That tells you this ammunition isn't very good, but the PMPBM is the best. And if we just go here, standard 9 mil. So the PBP rounds um, are 39 and the AP 63 are 30 with a amount of damage. And why do you want to do this? Well, like I was starting to say early on in the game, if you go to the traders and try to buy ammunition, you'll only get low-end ammunition. You'll get no good ammunition. So in the game, there are ammunition boxes all over the maps. So if you encounter an ammunition box, it will help to see whether you should sell with that box or keep it. So I always like to write down what are the top rounds in each one of these, or just use this wiki thing. But I try to get the best rounds in each category so that if I encounter them, so if I pick up a box of ammunition somewhere on a map, I don't, I'll try to, because ammunition is so critical to the game, if I'm extracting and my character's full, but I find a box of some ammunition, I'll usually drop something of a lower level in favor of the ammunition box, because again, early on in the game, until you're level 15, you can't access the fleet to buy better ammunition. You probably won't be able to have your um, hideout lifted up enough that you can craft decent ammunition. You can't buy it off the traders, so um, I like to know what's the good stuff to keep and what I can just drop or sell quickly. I mean, you got to have some ammunition, but it's better to keep the good stuff. So I use this wiki for that kind of thing. And then, let's see, hideout. Oh, hideout. There it is. So in the hideout, again, there is the same list here, similar to the one for the quests, but it's the items you need to collect in order to basically upgrade your um, the hideout. So you're going to need this amount of money, 2 million rubles, 25,000 euros, $25,000. You to be able to go right to the top, you'll have to have these people at this level, the traders, and these are the items that you need to collect to be able to upgrade the various elements in the hideout. So, just as a thing, I always keep bolts. I always keep nuts. I always keep caps. I always keep wires. Look, you need 99 wires. I also always keep CPU fans. These ES lamps, you need 51 of those. I always keep them. Now these things can be purchased, or a lot of these things can be purchased off the flea at level 15 once you get there. But I just want to have this list near me, and I want to keep these items when I encounter them. So I'm not selling them to make money. I'm not selling them to free up space. So you can use this, and this is a very good. Now was done under 13.8, so there may be a few changes, but it's a good start. It's a good start for you to get an idea of the items you need to collect for the hideout. Okay, and this is just how the various items in the hideout. So level 1 traders, these are the things you can do. Level 2 traders in most cases. And your player has to be at a certain level too. You can do certain things. So that's also, again, in the wiki. So um, you can do the same thing with armor. You're going to be running across various types of armor, um, body armor. So this has armor vests. So this has a complete listing of all the armor in the game, and you can use it again. This is outdated, but you can, if you find a piece of armor in the game. So typically you can find them in stashes, but occasionally you'll kill a scav or a player or whatever, and they have armor and you have armor. So you want to know whether you should drop your armor and take his armor or something. Well, this gives you an idea what the better armor is. And the same happens for the rigs as well. So chest rigs. So it gives you an idea of the better armor, the ones to keep, the ones to drop. So keep that in mind. And then as plates are something you can find in the game. So these are rundown on the different plates and how good and how bad are they. So a lot of the armored rigs, you can replace the plates. So if you had a rig and it had level 3 plates in it, if you could get level 4 plates, that would be a massive upgrade to your armor. Level 5, of course, or level 6 would even be better, but that's what you want to do. You can take the level, it works for vests and but rigs. So here is a chest rig that has 2 plates. So they come as, when you get it, it comes with 3 level 3s, protection front and back. You can upgrade these to maybe 4s or 5s or whatever. So this actually has 555 across the board, so that's a pretty good piece of armor. I think, yeah, you get it off the goons when you kill them. But you can obviously take you can take your rigs and you can pull their plates, especially if they're damaged, and you can buy other ones. But my point is, if you start finding plates um, in the game in a stash or whatever, even when I kill a scav or whatever and they have a vest on, I'll usually do a right click and inspect it to see what kind of plates are on them. And I maybe don't have room for the entire thing, but I'll grab the plates. And even in game, you can replace the plates in your own rig with plates off a foe that's been vanquished to help you if your armor is getting pretty damaged. So that's another nice thing. So there's headsets, a description of the headsets, visors that you can get. So there's a lot of information here in the game, in this wiki, to help you early on. Mainly what do you keep, what do you throw away. So, and of course, any particular task, um, you can get info on the task. So if you're not 100% sure, like this is a description you'll see on your character page, might not be that helpful. So one, it tells you everything you're going to get, but two, it shows you the shotguns you need, so you have an idea what to look out for. Um, the other thing that's really useful in the wiki for these quests, if you pull them up, is if there's keys needed to get into certain areas, it'll show you exactly what key you need to you need to uh, acquire to get into a certain room. So, but it tells you the locations for them, where you can find them just on the ground or whatever kind of thing. Or um, so this is a variant that you could buy at some point. If you ever get a chance to buy this, it's worthwhile because there's a gunsmith task to basically make this gun. So it's worthwhile that way. And you can see that it takes one buckwheat in a trade. So it can be traded with Jaeger at level 1, these two items, well, two of these pliers, one of these. You can get the modded gun from level 1 mechanic. So, and then these are what you can trade them for, which is the Keter. So that would be a thing. Keep an eye out for buckwheat early on. Keep an eye out for screwdrivers and elite pliers because you might want to, or you might need to trade for them to complete that task. So that's a big thing of it that you want to do. You want to start compiling a list of things to collect, things that are important for you. So, and then sort of the first thing I buy, it takes 1,000,000 rubles to buy it, but I buy a junk box because you can see the junk box is 4 squares by 4 squares, but when you open it, it's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 by probably about 14. So you can definitely get lots of um, you definitely can get lots of extras. You can expand your storage by buying boxes and stuff, and that goes for anything. This is for food. Again, you can get far more food in the same space to free up space in your stash. But here, all you see all the items in here. These are items that I maybe should sell, but in most cases they're items. So I haven't got the Bitcoin machine going down in my hideout yet, so I'm keeping graphics cards. A lot of these items are needed to finish off some of the areas in my hideout. So right now, oh, come on. So you can see right now I'm only level 2 here, only level 2 here, only level 1 here, only level 2. Haven't even opened these guys yet, so I need to collect certain items. So here I've got the 2 of 2, 2 of 2, 3 of 3. I need 4 of these little silicon tubes. I need 3 more hoses. So I'm on the lookout for those. But once I get that, I will update or unlock the booze generator. But you can see all these items that I have the check marks beside, they're in my stashes. They're in those scav boxes. So as soon as I can, I buy a scav box, which are available from Therapist. And you can see they're expensive. So this one here is a scav, and it's 1.1 million rubles. So early on, sorry, I'm just going to hand in something here. Textile. Early on, I sell so much. You get to the point that you start collecting things, and then you end up like I am with a full stash. So early on, as soon as I can buy something, as soon as I have access to the flea, I usually start selling stuff off. I happen to keep these things because it's worthwhile and they're really expensive to replace. But um, yeah, you need to sorry. Um, you need to be cleaning your stash out so some don't get too attached to anything. Most of the stuff I'm keeping it because it's all level 5 and above, so it's high grade equipment. And in this case, like this guy here, he has like 3 slot mag places I can put mags, and because I run big mags for the M4 AUG and even the SCAR, I want something that's got the 3 slots, so I'm keeping that. Even though I could sell it and get some money for it, I keep things like that. But you want to be able to determine relatively quickly what is of value and what isn't. So right off the start, you start selling things immediately to try to build up your money. You can see I'm down to 200,000 because I've been losing a lot of stuff and having to buy replacements. So that's the other thing. But let's go to the plate thing that I was talking about. So you can see here that these plates can be replaced. So if I kill somebody, even if I can't necessarily have space for this big piece of body armor, I'll have a look at their plates. Um, if you look at them, this is a level 5 plate, so the only thing I can do is go to level 6. But you can see that you have the ability to um, upgrade plates, and you can repair them too. So this AVS plate carrier, now I'm not doing anything right now because I've yet to get the pet task where I have to hand this in. So there's no points handing it in or repairing it if I'm just going to give it back. I'm going to give it to some trader. So, but that's it. So, um, the other thing you can do now is go on maps that you are not comfortable with to learn them. So if you haven't been on, like there was last week, there was actually a thing where you could get onto labs for free. So I took that opportunity. I don't do labs a lot, but I took that opportunity to go onto labs and try to get more familiar with the extracts and where the rogues are on that map. If you're not familiar with Lighthouse, get your ass on Lighthouse and start learning it. Even if that means going into the water treatment and getting killed. Yeah, you're going to get killed. So, I don't know, take some shitty, go do a scav run and then transfer everything from the scav over onto your character and then go in. But you should be trying to learn stuff, use this time. Maybe the next, you might only have 2 weeks now because now we're into the second day of August, actually. So, you may only have 14 days before the wipe. So, use this time if you got any time at all to as practice. So learn or practice Tarkov. Practice. So if you don't necessarily, if you avoid the goons, try to find them. If you avoid the rogues or whatever, try to find them. If you avoid PvP play, try to find players and duke it out with them. Yeah, you're going to die, but get some practice in. Go on maps that you're not that familiar with, or in areas of a map that you're not that familiar with, and become familiar because you're going to need it to progress in this game. So that's another thing you can do. But that is pretty much it, um, according to or what to be aware of for this upcoming wipe. So my recommendations are once you get your character set up, sell, anytime you come out of a raid, you should be doing scav raids. Going in, if you come out of the raid with something that you don't need, that you don't find on that wiki list of task items, then sell it, build up your money. You need to get to level 2 to unlock introduction with mechanic, which allows you to get the letter and unlock Jaeger because he'll be locked right away. You need to get to level 10 so you can mod using the right click mod function. Otherwise, you have to go inspect and drag stuff on and off, which makes it a little tougher. And you need to get to level 15 to unlock the flea, and that is huge. Access to the flea makes a whole difference in the game because you can just buy the best ammo. So if you're, early on in the game and you go out and buy M855A1 for your M4, you'll be cutting everybody to pieces in the game. So you need to level your character up. Tasks are a great way to level up, but a lot of the early tasks aren't worth much. So the other way of getting a lot of XP, because you need XP in this game, you need XP and money. So money, you just get things. Never leave a raid without every slot on your person full of something to be so you can at least sell it or something like that. So should always come out full to the brim of with stuff. So like that should always be full. Um, and So when there's items that you don't need, sell them off. Don't get attached to them. Don't worry about them. Just sell them off because you want to build up your cash. Then XP, tasks is a great way. But in the game, um, the other thing is if you can go into a raid, the longer you stay in the raid, the more XP you'll get for just surviving. But the more scavs you can kill in a raid, you get more XP. So early on, I will, you know, unless I get something that I need, like if I come across a graphics card, well, I need those and they're valuable. So I would leave immediately. But if I go in and I just got shit in my backpack and always play with a backpack early on, um, if I just got garbage in it, I will stay as long as possible in the raid and kill and just go to the various areas I know where scavs spawn and just try to kill as many scavs as possible to get those XP points to move yourself up. Okay, so then the other thing I mentioned is Tarkov Wiki. Start using it now. Get a list together. Get your list together. What items do you need to progress? So, like bolts, nuts, whatever. So you need certain items, and you can use the Tarkov Wiki to enhance your hideout. You can you have numerous items that you have to collect. A lot of them in raid. Some you can just buy off the flea, but there's all kinds of items that you need to complete tasks. So you should have a list of those. Again, you can find that. I showed you on the, if you go into the wiki and search for quests, there's a nice little chart there. Sure, it's going to have to be updated. Some of it won't work for the next level, but that's a very good list to start with of items you need to be keeping if you find them in raid to be able to complete the task. And other than that, um, if you have access to Arena, you might want to, and you're not comfortable doing PvP, Arena is a very good training tool for PvP because you're forced to fight other players. So it wouldn't hurt to do a little bit of Arena. And then, of course, as I said, if you have maps that you're avoiding for whatever reason, get your ass on those maps and learn them. Now's the time. Right now, with this amount of time, if I lost every single thing that's in my stash, it would only bother me for a short period of time. If I have to blow through all my money to replace items I lost in stash, whatever. Right now, again, is practice time. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect, as they say. So that is what you should be looking to do now to get yourself ready for the next round of Tarkov because it's a coming. It's a coming in August. Everybody is holding their breath for when it's going to be released. And to be honest with you, the early days after a wipe are the most fun you can have in Tarkov because early on everybody is at the same level. Like right now, you go in to play Tarkov, you're going to run into guys that are chatted up. They're going to be running everything level 6. They're going to have the top ammunition. They're going to have the face mask and the best helmet and everything. So it can be very tough to get a kill of a PMC this late in a wipe. But early rounds, everybody's running low end armor, except for the guys that stream for a living and they can be on 16 hours a day to play. But how many times are you actually going to run into those guys? Everybody else that you're running into is going to be running the same shit armor and the same shit weapons with the same shit ammunition that you are. So you can you can have a lot of fun because you can actually fight other people and have fun doing it. So get prepared. It is coming.